10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Bless you. 1. Welcome to another episode of /Chat Podcast. Almir Miel here, and we have a new person. Yay! Get to tickle their head. Yay! New person to tickle their head.
Oh, my head! What are you doing?
That's my job. I'm supposed to do that. Well, every time she does that, I do that. But...
So, unfortunately, we still do not have Cardinal. Sad face. Rumor has it he might actually pop in. If not, well, we'll see him again later. And hopefully, whenever his schedule gets fixed. So, as you can see above us, we currently have now with Raetog. I do not have any information down here below, so he'll have to give it to us later. Other than that. So, as always, for /Chat Podcast, we do our introductions and what we've been doing this week. And so, we're going to start off with Alex. What have you been doing this week?
I've been doing 2 weeks because we haven't had a chat last week.
That's true. I was in
Someone
Florida.
was elsewhere. But
You went to the Khajiit home place?
Huh? Oh yeah. Maybe
Oh.
travels bring you to warm sands. Like desire. Or however he talks. But for me, it's been a pretty busy week. First off, I got a contract position as an editor remotely. It's a business that is out of town, but I can do all my editing from home. Which is good, because I like an editing job, because that's something that I'm actually kind of a real job. So I'm going to be starting that pretty soon. In the meantime, it's just been work, and I've been playing some video games, capturing some footage, and watching more anime than I'm used to. First, as far as the games, it was the Steam sale this past week or so, and despite my best efforts at restraint, I ended up buying some things. So,
And thank you again.
What?
Thank you again.
Oh yeah, I got her cloud built because she a while ago she asked one of the people at Hardcore Gamer, like, is the game good? And they said it is pretty good. And I'm mad about this because it went like on a flash sale at the very end of the week, and I'm like, crap. I knew I should have waited. But I played some cloud built, and it's a weird game. It's like a third person. It's a mix of shooting and Prince of Persia, and it's really weird. But I kind of like it because it's really open-ended, and you dash, you run on walls, you shoot things. It's so weird. But I got Bionic Commando Rearmed, Dark Void Zero, Don't Starve. I got Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition, which is I already own Fallout 3 and 2 DLC packs on Xbox 360, but I'm like, I just want it on PC because I love Fallout 3. I got Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. I've been wanting to play this for so long because I love Platinum Games to death. I love Platinum Games so much, and I heard that they're making a Legend of Korra game, which is kind of interesting. I guess I'll talk more about that in our gaming news because I'm that guy. But the first boss battle, you are running down a skyscraper, dodging energy shots from this giant Metal Gear ray. You are not falling, running down. I'm watching this, and I'm like, and the whole time you got all this heavy metal in the background. I'm like, I am just going nuts here because it's so good. I got Papers, Please. I bought Resident Evil 4 again, although I can't capture footage from it because it's so demanding. But I like Resident Evil 4 a lot. Got Risk of Rain, Shadow Warrior, Super Amazing Wagon Adventure.
You actually got quite a bit.
And They Bleed Pickles. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I usually don't buy a game if it's more than $10, but it was Metal Gear Rising, and I wanted to play Metal Gear Rising. So, and I got more than I feel I did. Maybe not as much as last year, but I did get a lot. And I've actually been playing some of it, which is not something I'm not used to. So. Aside from that, I did a little capturing for the next video I'm making. If you haven't seen my Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines Mez play, you should go do it, because I'm an idiot and I make stupid jokes. I did do a little shout out to our good friend John Picancho's Zerbs, kind of referencing an old cartoon he made. But as far as the anime goes, I finished Sword Art Online, and I'm kind of torn on the second half because they seem to completely forget about the female lead in the second half, because she just sort of is there and she doesn't really do anything. Instead, we got this other girl who seems to be the sole focus of the second half. So that kind of threw me off, but it's still a really good series, and I'm really excited for when season 2 starts sometime it's in July, and I forget what day it starts. So as far as after that, I'm thinking I could either watch Watamote or I could watch another anime, and I decided to watch another anime, one that someone tells me is really good. So if you've been following my Twitter, I've been giving subtle hints, and I actually started Log Horizon.
Woohoo!
And
Yes!
I really wasn't expecting. Yeah, Kat kept saying this is really good, and I'm like, fine, I'll watch it. And I'm about 5 episodes in, and I'm realizing it seems to take itself a lot less seriously. It kind of focuses more on the RPG elements, and god damn it, Nyanta's an awesome character. He's the friggin' cat-headed guy with swords. And he's so cool. It's so
He has
funny.
the same color scheme and face pattern as Maha from Dot Hack Sign.
Really?
Yep.
It's kind of interesting. And it's just, I've always been someone who focuses on characters more than plot. So if there's some good characters, I'll usually stick with it. And oh my god, these are good characters. These are really good characters. Shirai is a bit of a dork. It's like, he does this thing with the glasses all the time. Yeah, that thing. Akatsuki, I'm like, okay, she's your typical tsundere female lead. And, she's the female lead because she's in the frickin' ending theme. Oh god, Naotsugu. I think that's his name. He's an idiot, but he's funny. However, if there's one thing that I'm really kind of off-put with Log Horizon, it's that opening theme. Who decided to put Limp
It's so
Bizkit?
good.
It sounds like Limp Bizkit. It sounds so much like Limp Bizkit.
It's so good. The theme is so good. I will sit there and listen to that over and over and over and over. And anytime I was getting ready for an episode, any anime, I will skip the opening. Straight up, just be like, okay, so this is exactly a minute and a half. I'm just going to skip to the minute and a half mark. Log Horizon, I watched it every single time. Every time.
I mean, Man with a Mission, they do the rock, but why do they sound like Limp Bizkit? In the beginning, when they're rapping in English in the beginning. I'm like, okay. And the ending cinematic looks just like Toradora's ending one, with the girl walking and the umbrella and the bubbly pop music. It's like the ending of Toradora. But overall, I feel a lot more invested in Log Horizon right now than I did with Sword Art Online. And I thought Sword Art Online was good. It kind of was heavy on the drama a bit too much, and it was beautiful. But Log Horizon just seems to be having more fun with itself, and I'm kind of happy about it. So I'm gonna keep watching that because I'm really getting into it.
Good.
And that's me. Next.
Jeremy, what have you been doing this week? Quit playing with your goop.
Well, let's see. For the last 2 weeks, playing a lot of 7 Days to Die.
Yes,
it's
you
a
have.
lot of fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The title is quite appropriate because you die a lot. Those who don't know about it, it's doing what Minecraft did in the sense that it's released, but they're still kind of calling it an alpha release, so they're still changing a bunch of crap. But it's also like Minecraft in that you're building different materials. You have to, forge for materials, and you have to craft your building supplies and your weapons, and your tools, and your armor, and yada yada yada. So it is very similar in that sense, but it's less about building and more about surviving, because you don't just have a health meter, you have a health and a hydration meter, and a food meter, and a stamina bar. There's one mechanic that I noticed the last couple of days that's really hilarious, and you have a gassiness stack. So if you eat like the can of Hormel chili you find, you're trying to sneak around, there's a horde of zombies and you're trying to draw their attention, and suddenly
What?
Is this where I know where this is going? I can't
your
believe.
stomach.
There's like a poop
Yes.
meter?
Are you saying that you can alert
Except-
zombies by farting?
You don't even fart, you just hear your stomach making like that grumbling noise you get when you eat something that disagrees with you.
And
It's-
the zombies can hear that.
They seem to be able to hear it, yes.
That's incredible.
There's no meter for that one. There is like an actual meter that says you've got 4 little stats over here. You've got food and hydration. And your health, I think, at least in one of the builds, your health can never be higher than your fullness, and your stamina can never be higher than your hydration. And your stamina governs how fast and how long you can run, how much damage you do when you swing, your weapon. And it's hilarious. And another thing it does that Minecraft doesn't have, and this is, each person is going to view this as either good or bad, and it's going to be different. You can't build floating blocks. Each block has a certain kind of structural integrity. So for dirt, you can only build out like 2 or 3 blocks of dirt before what you're building collapses. Whereas reinforced concrete, it's like 10. So you actually have to pay attention to that crap. And if, say, you're hiding in a tower you made, and zombies are attacking the outside of it, if they destroy the one edge, you could suddenly find yourself in a collapsing building, and yes, it does damage a lot. There are also landmines, which make it hilarious. It's got a limited, like, the map's the same pretty much every time for right now. And it's a decent-sized map, because, I mean, you're either walking or sprinting everywhere. There's no working cars, although you should loot every car you find. And there are a couple different kinds of zombies. There are some that are a little faster, some that are a little slower. There's one kind called a spider zombie that can actually climb up crap, so you have to worry about that. It's a lot of fun. It is definitely difficult. Whenever it's daylight outside, the zombies still spawn, but whenever it turns night time, it's not that they spawn more often or anything. They can just run at night. They can't during the day. So that makes it fun. There's also an option to have airdrops of supplies come into the area, and you see these little planes come overhead, and they drop these little crates with parachutes. You have to go out and find them. So it is a lot like playing Minecraft, but it's much more about the survival than about, building cool structures. So yeah, obviously I've been playing a lot of that. Just out of curiosity, it's probably on my Steam thing how much I've been playing this time. Well, my Steam
Let's
thing's
find out.
Yeah, while my Steam thing's booting up, I'll take a look at it. Everything on my screen just froze, so hopefully you can still hear me.
Yep, you're good.
Okay, cool. Unlike the other night when, I was in a bad Japanese film, without trying. Yeah, I've played 36 hours within the last, 2 weeks. Yeah.
I'd assume you're hooked.
Yeah,
It's not quite
it's
Skyrim
a lot of
level
fun.
yet.
No, it's not quite Skyrim, but
I have a friend invite, but I don't know who it is. Okay, well, I'll deal with that later. But also reading through the Strain series by Guillermo del Toro. They've got an FX show based on it. I haven't seen any of the show yet, but I've read through the first book and half of the second one. It's really good. It is very creepy. I mean, I used to build and run haunted houses for a living, and this is a book I don't read before I go to bed. Granted, part of that's because it's so good I can't put the blasting thing down, so I'm up an hour and a half longer than I should be. But also, it gives even me some strange dreams, because the vampirism's spread by these little bloodworm things. the shaker cut though. And the vampires, the way they attack and spread infection, if you saw Blade 2, kinda like that. Except instead of that little tongue only being as long as, like the thing from Aliens, it's like 6 feet long, and the end of it looks like the back end of an earwig. So, it's really well written. It's definitely very creepy. Let's see, aside from that, a lot of spring cleaning. Yes, I know it's summertime, but yeah, that's about it for me. A lot of 7 Days to Die. I haven't really played much on the MMO. I still have logged back into ESO a little bit. Still getting all my crafting recipes on there. Although my friends that all played ESO seem to have abandoned the game.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Not just talking to you.
She's fickle. Come on. What'd you expect?
Yeah.
She's the
She is
fickle
female
gamer.
and a cat.
Well, maybe it's not fickle, just ADD. She's an ADD gamer.
Let's just go with all of the above and be safe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Raetog's probably the most accurate there. But yeah, 7 Days to Die definitely worth picking up, even though it's still in its early stages and figuring out how to run your own server is a pain in the butt. Please fix that. But other than that, I was playing on a server with someone else for a little while. They had set up, and it was a PvP kind of server, and I was just having fun digging tunnels underneath people's enclosures and sticking zombies on them, and putting just piles of debris around their base, and then in between the piles of debris putting landmines. People just rip around. I'm a troll. I have come to accept this.
No way.
So Josh, what have you been up to this last 2 weeks?
The last 2 weeks, or otherwise known as before the internet has ever heard of me. Lots of work, mostly. I'm currently still awake after 3 a.m. to noon 30 shift, so lots of this. What else has been going on?
What do you do?
What do I do? I am actually a director at a local TV station. We do the news. Magic.
That's
TV.
hard. Because when I was in school, I had to be a director, and you gotta manage tell people what to do, like switch camera to this or.
Yep. It's
yeah, that's hard.
It's actually a little more simplified now, but more difficult at the same time, because in school they teach you, they have a whole classroom full of people that they have to teach stuff, so they put people on every station that has somebody running the camera and all this. Now, almost all automated, so I do all that myself. Largely, it's a lot of setup ahead of time. I actually had to learn computer code, and it was kind of a disaster to code things at first, but after you get it set up, it kind of rolls almost like a PowerPoint. If you have it set up correctly, all you have to do is hit about 2 different buttons and spacebar. Just go through the whole newscast. But that's if you did it right. And also if nothing new comes in, or somebody forgot to put a video in, like it always happens, or a whole number of things. But
where's the TV station that you work at?
The TV station that I work at is in Wheeling, West Virginia.
Oh. Huh. Okay. So you're local. So you're one of us locals.
Yep.
Like David. David's far away.
Yeah.
Yes. It's kind of
I've known this guy for a long time.
We had met over haunted house stuff, and it has spiraled into a theater of disaster since then. So lots to work. The Steam Summer Sale has also hit me. What did I get off of this? I got everything was $5. It was wonderful. I picked up Shadowrun Returns because I always wanted it, but yeah, I know, but I couldn't justify spending more than $10 on it.
It was $3.75, wasn't it, on a flash sale? Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also picked up Deus Ex: Human Revolution, which is pretty much more Shadowrun, So I still have to check that out, but it's going to be neat. And I also picked up the recent Tomb Raider game because that was also on sale, and I've always wanted to play it. And
The reboot, right?
yes, the reboot.
Nah, I didn't like that one very much.
It's way serious in like almost
It's Uncharted. That's really what it is. It's just Uncharted
Kinda.
from a gameplay perspective.
It's way into horror though, into like super creepy stuff at some point. And I kind of like the fact that we have a female protagonist, and she's not like Mila Jovovich jumps around and ninja kicks and all this stuff. She's a believable female character that isn't like, the game doesn't give her any slack for being a girl at all. She's kind of screwed off the outset, and disaster, and she has to get through it in one piece, and that kind of is almost a survival horror too. So I have fun with that kind of stuff. I have a whole pile of other games I still need to play, and I'm still halfway involved in Watch Dogs right now, which is a pretty
What do you think about that?
kind of mixed.
Yeah.
It's like if you mushed some of the good elements from Grand Theft Auto and Assassin's Creed, mushed them together with a bit of Deckers from Shadowrun. Are you noticing a theme here? That's probably what you would get out of Watch Dogs. It can be good. There's some issues with the PC version, but they've actually released a neat patch about that. So
Did you find the hidden code that makes it look as good as the E3 debut trailer?
Yep, it's not really so hidden anymore. A couple of
Yeah, well now it's not. Ubisoft thought they could get away with it.
That's really kind of the kicker. I found that was really funny, and it actually makes the game run smoother too. It doesn't just unlock shaders and stuff. Like, I have a decent computer. It's not like a godly computer yet, but I was running at about medium settings, and now I can run it on high, and the graphics look even better. So it's pretty fantastic. Other than that, what else have I been into? After watching the recent Godzilla film, I realized I missed a whole bunch of really lame movies from my childhood, so I was rewatching a bunch of those in my spare time. Because that was my childhood. I grew up with the stuff, and they're terrible, and I love them because they're terrible. It's totally a guilty pleasure. So I was rewatching the Millennium series of that, and that was funny. I'm starting, haven't seen it yet, starting season 4 of Game of Thrones. That smile, I know that horrible things are going to happen.
She's a
going to die
throny.
horribly, but that's the whole show.
Cat is a throny. She's a throny.
It's a good show. I really, really...
Well, yeah.
I'm enjoying it. What else? Ooh, anime I finished up Kill la Kill recently. That was absolutely hilarious. What else? And I'm sitting around waiting to actually go through, where is it? You were talking about it earlier. Log Horizon. That's still sitting in my queue to actually get into.
You need to watch it.
Yeah, it
I
is
know.
good.
I know it. I've just had so many other things in my queue ahead of time. And I think I was going to mention...
That's everyone's story, really.
Yeah, I think I was going to mention this later, but I managed to get my hands on... CW or somebody leaked the pilot for the Flash TV show that they're going to do. It was like a spin-off of Arrow. And
Really?
yeah, it's turns out like it's actually pretty good. There's a trailer out that you can see on YouTube, and it's got a lot of footage in it, and it looks like, for a change, they're doing stuff right. Like, everything that they've done on the CW so far with this has been pretty good. So, like, Arrow's second season was fantastic. That's really what I was into prior to all the stuff I listed off. Arrow and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, which finished up its season about the same time. We have, well, my station has ABC. We got CBS, ABC, and Fox. So I got like, I have all this lame Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. swag that you can get. It's work swag. Comes with the territory. But,
It's true.
and that show finished really well. They threw in Bill Paxton randomly, and it was awesome. And Arrow's second season, I liked the first season a lot. The second season way outshined it. Like, really knocked it out of the ballpark. Threw in one of my favorite characters. If it's not even a spoiler at this point, Deathstroke is a big thing in the second season of Arrow. He was in the first, but it's getting into his past even more, and they did a fantastic job. And now they're spinning off into the Flash, so they're going to start building their own little, kind of what Marvel is doing, but on the CW with DC Comics. So I'm excited for this, and it looks like it's going to be pretty good. I think
bad.
that might be it. I don't think I've been up to anything else interesting or useful. Definitely not useful.
So, pretty much what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks.
Anime.
Anime. No, actually, I just got back from Fort Myers, Florida. What was it, Sunday? Monday? One of the 2 days. I don't quite remember because all I do remember is coming home and passing out. So, I might have been home one day and then just slept the rest. And that was fun. I got to see my mom, got to see a couple friends from high school. Got to catch up with nostalgia values of things. I brought back like half my closet from my mom's house, so there was a lot of stuff that's still down there that I couldn't bring in suitcases. I took down one suitcase and I came back with 2, which was awesome. And no, I didn't go to the beach. Looky, I'm still white, I'm still pale.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Represent. Represent.
The sun's trying to kill us.
But, like, okay, once you've lived in Florida and seen the beach, like, thousands of times, then it's just not... It's like, okay, I can picture it exactly. I can tell you exactly where that seashell's going to be. Not really, but maybe. And... Hi, Priesty Poo.
You just don't like the sun.
I really just don't like the sun. So, I saw How to Train Your Dragon 2, which was really adorably cute, which I have the shirt
Was it
for.
good? Oh, God.
When did you get that shirt? Is that a new one?
Mhm.
That's
You
too cute.
just buy whatever. She has shirts about everything.
I actually bought it the day after I saw the movie with Mom. And then I saw, what was it, Maleficent, which was really good.
I heard that was good.
It was phenomenal. I wasn't expecting a lot going into the theater for it. I was just like, okay, so it's gonna be an interesting twist. Like, they're making...
I don't want to get off.
Sorry, I'm just being-
But I thought it was going to be like, oh, so just the twist of the story, and it actually kind of rewrote the whole story of Sleeping Beauty, which was really neat. It was really cute to see the fact that she called Aurora the Beast, and at one point it's still the same story-esque, like the 3 fairies are like taking care of Aurora until her 16th birthday or whatever it is, and at one point the 3 fairies are like fighting amongst themselves, and the child is just like following this butterfly, and it's hilarious because at one point she just goes, the beast is gonna fall off that cliff, and it was just so great. And she, like, you could see like the kid go over the edge, and then like she with magic brought the kid back up, and it was cute. Like, you could tell the kid grew on her, and it was very interesting, their perspective of what a true love's kiss was, because for Sleeping Beauty, like, she got awoken by a true love's kiss, and it was interesting because it was telling you more of a realistic sense of things, saying that this does not exist. The reason Maleficent actually made that curse on the kid was because true love's kiss does not exist. And it ends up being more towards the lines of like family and being in love with like your family members and stuff like that, and that's true love, not some guy that she just randomly met on a horse, which was kind of hilarious. They were like, "Oh my God, he's a prince! She has to kiss the prince," and it was just like, okay, obviously that's not gonna work. But
doesn't that original story go a little different with the whole waking up thing?
Every single fairy tale ever was a lot darker originally.
Oh yeah.
This one involved rape. Like, she had a kid with the prince without ever waking up.
Oh.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Now everyone does.
I'm ruining your childhood.
I mean, it's a.
Apparently, I'm Michael Bay. I'm ruining
everyone
your
who's
childhood.
everyone who knows a thing or two about fairy tales know that there's always something that's completely unexpectedly dark in every single fairy tale ever. Disney just likes kid-friendlying every single fairy tale.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Because then, you know, they have the stars spell out the word sex, or Jessica Rabbit flash the audience.
Well, the stars thing that was a joke. It's supposed to say SFX because the people who were making The Lion King are like,
I don't
let's
believe.
sink this in.
I've never heard that before. That's interesting.
Well, apparently there's a scene in The Lion King where when Simba falls on the ground, all this dust flies up, and it supposedly spells the word sex in the sky.
See, I've seen
It does.
but
Yeah.
I've never heard that it was supposed to be SFX, which is interesting because maybe that's just all of us wanting it to say sex when it actually.
Well,
kind of
here's the
doesn't.
thing. There are parts of that movie where stuff like that happens, and I think one of them is during the song "Can You Feel the Love Tonight."
Yeah, that's a pretty
Just
charming.
saying.
Well, the fact of the
don't buy their
matter is that they did intend to spell something there. That's not just people playing, their eyes playing tricks on you. It has been confirmed that they did that on purpose.
But we
I
just
honestly
totally
don't know
ruined your
what it-
Disney movie. We totally ruined your Disney movie.
Oh, Disney
Which is
movies always have
sidetrack.
things that were ruined with it.
I mean, and I'm not kidding about the Jessica Rabbit flashing thing either.
That is one of I saw a video that said that is one of the most paused scenes in movie history. That and the chalkboard from Cabin in the Woods.
Then there's
Wait,
the
oh yeah.
Rescuers that's there for a whole frame.
Oh yeah.
That was somebody
Rescuers
who.
Down Under, it's panning by and there's a naked woman in the window. It's not like pixelated or anything either. It's actually higher resolution than most of the rest of the movie.
According to
Gotta raise
legend,
the kids.
and it is legend at this point because it's such an old film, they're going down like a minecart thing and it's a side shot, and there's totally just a poster from a porno mag right there, and if you pause it, you can totally see it there for like a whole frame, like in perfect resolution. But if you're just watching the movie and you don't know it's there, you probably won't notice it.
Now everyone is going to go and watch that and pause it just to see.
And what movie was
It's
this?
just the Rescuers.
The first one, right? The first.
Yeah,
Rescuers?
not the Rescuers Down Under.
I love Down Under. That was a great movie. It was great.
Now,
With
see,
a name
that one
like
would have been
that.
the appropriate one to have. Yeah, but
Same wavelength.
are you really sure you liked it? I mean, it didn't have tentacles or anything.
Why are we coming back to this same joke?
I hear this is a thing.
Well, it's the wrong thing, even though. Okay, that's a little weird. That's really creepy when you do that. Yeah, that's like Zoidberg. That's Zoidberg, just using his.
Don't encourage
on
him.
his
It only
face.
gets worse.
So back to the fact that I watched Maleficent.
How do we get to the
Oh yeah, we were
tentacles?
talking about things.
We move on to like pausing at the Jessica Rabbit scene, to the tentacles, and apparently this has to do
Now,
with
now,
Maleficent.
Almir, you have things to say, but we need to talk about porn.
Typical men.
Yeah, wait, yeah. Talk, cat, please.
There's a rogue staring at me, and she's just like, "What you doing, Mummy? What you doing?"
She knows we're talking about porn.
Yeah, she knows. She just knows. But ended up doing that. A lot of shopping. When you get two women going together and they're like, what do you want to do? Let's shop. It's apparently the one thing you do.
Way to play into the stereotype.
Well, you guys were talking about porn.
This
It's not
podcast
a
is
stereotype if it's true.
I'm not sitting in a pink room.
Ooh.
burn.
Rose fuchsia pink.
Yeah. Yeah. But I did end up going for massages with Mom, which was so amazing. So amazing. I think both of us were just like, we're just gonna lay here for another like 20 minutes because it was actually like spa treatment and it was so nice. So nice. Went drinking for quite a bit. There was one night that I was just like, we're gonna go to like 8 different bars, and we did. And this wasn't with Mom, this was like high school friends. And
I thought, like, wow, your mom's a cool mom.
Mom would if she wouldn't be like, oh, I have to drive. I don't want to drink and drive. But yeah, so like I went out with friends, like, what was it, Tuesday and Wednesday, and I got introduced to someone who's absolutely hilarious by the name of Bo Burnham. It's like stand-up comedian.
Oh, you got to see him?
No, I didn't get to see him, but
Oh.
I ended up.
Because he's pretty funny. He does the little music things.
I ended up getting introduced, and I got his brand new book, which is Egghead. So, it's kind of hilarious. Some of these like just confuse you. Others are like, oh, I can understand that. And then you get one that is still to this day the most hilarious thing that I experienced, and I will say it over and over and over again randomly. And it's called roller snakes. So it goes da 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 dum dum roller snakes. And that is
sounds like Bo Burnham.
that's the whole thing is roller snakes. And
I like that
was
picture. That picture's awesome. He's just sitting in the snakes. In the skates. That's kind of...
He's got to deal with the glasses.
It was great because there was two of us sitting in Books A Million and we were just going through it, and it was hilarious because the other person was reading the poem and he was like, da 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 roller snakes, and we both just died laughing. So at random times they'd be like, guess what roller snakes. So, but yeah, that was pretty much my adventure. I came back, was watching a crap ton of anime. I didn't really have the internet while I was down there, sad face. I had a little bit every once in a while, but then it was just like, I can't do anything with this, so my phone was like my main source of entertainment most of the time. I discovered...
What, you take your monster computer with you?
No.
That would have taken up a suitcase of itself.
Yeah.
More than that.
But, I discovered a new MOBA, so, it's actually for tablets. It's not for smartphones, but it is for, like, tablets and handhelds, sorry. And it's, like, Heroes of Order and Chaos or something like that, but it plays exactly like League of Legends does, except for you can do it on your tablet. And my flight back, I actually was playing that the whole time, which is it's really good. It's a little touchy when you like touch something and you have to double tap, and then your character's like, I have to go this way to come back this way, and it's like, I did not touch the screen. So it's a little finicky. You don't have the precision that you would with a mouse and keyboard, but it's still really good. That was mainly
Tell
it.
about your landing.
My landing? Oh.
Yeah, your landing into the airport.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, getting...
You're a fighter pilot now.
Yeah. So...
Uh-oh.
Alright, what happened?
In Fort Myers, when we were landing, we were told we have to circle. And we were like, okay, so we're circling around the airport, probably about 5 minutes. And he's like, well, we're gonna land. He goes, please, everyone, secure everything as tight as you can. And so we're sitting there and we're like, oh, well, shit, this can't be good. This cannot be good. So I'm like putting everything away. Everyone's like making sure all their bags are secure. And we're told that it's going to be a rough landing. And we're like, oh, okay. Like, Fort Myers, Florida, the runway used to be half the size it is now. And what they do is they drop you so that you would cut half the momentum and you'd like, and then like slow down. Well, what ended up happening was there was a backup on the airway. What's the proper name? Can't think of what the proper name is. The place you land. The runway strip. There we go. Yeah. I couldn't think of it. Shut up. So there was a plane that was stopped in the runway. So no one could come in and leave. Well, they weren't told until too late when they were coming in and they thought they were already moving. So we got cabled. We got cable braked where they put the line underneath the wheels and you hit it and you stop. And then they throw on the brakes and it was definitely quite an experience.
You bash your face on the seat in front of you?
Pretty much. No, like we were told to like sit all the way back and keep our head pressed back. So it was
push back and clench, guys.
It was pretty much you were told to sit like this and be like this and start clenching because
was everyone on the plane like super panicky and having like heart attacks like?
Not really.
I'm gonna die.
Not really. There was a couple people that were like silently freaking out, like the woman who was like across the lane from me, who I swear to God said the Lord's Prayer like 8 times in a course of 30 seconds. So I mean, there was that, but no, it wasn't too bad. It was just a lot of like, okay, we're done now.
The added effect of your webcam bouncing around really worked with that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
She's a special effects artist now.
But it like I said, it wasn't too bad. It was a little startling, like, but it was over like really quickly, and we ended up landing like right behind the other plane, and they were starting to move as we were landing. So it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like our nose went up and like our ass came up. No, it wasn't that bad.
Was this in the Florida airport or the Pittsburgh airport?
This was Florida. This was us landing Florida. So, yeah, Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh be like, okay, well, you can go pick one of the other 8 runways.
Is the Florida airport much smaller than Pittsburgh?
They had, I think within the last 5 years, they expanded it like 4 times. It used to be only 3 runways.
That is pretty small.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
small. Was it right by the beach?
No.
I always see those videos of people standing on a beach right by the airport, and then the jet engines start running up, and all their towels and they get blown into the water. And that's funny to me. It's like, why would you build an airport right next to a beach, a public beach?
Why not?
Right. No, it wasn't.
I just
It
get the
wasn't
picture
right
of
next to the
people
beach.
just getting blown back by the jet engines and just falling into the water.
That's
Even though
why
that would
they
never
did it.
happen. Oh, that'd be
You can actually like by the airport, so you can actually go up and like watch them land pretty close actually. So
Can you ride a crocodile? That would be
No.
cool.
no,
That would
you
be
cannot ride a crocodile. You can
Okay,
pet crocodiles, but you can't ride them.
That's possibly even more ill-advised in my mind.
Well, they have the bands around their nose. And,
Well, what you do is you
So they're neutered.
yeah,
crocodiles or alligators, their mouth opening muscles are a lot weaker than their closing muscles. So as long as you have your hands around their snout, they won't be able to open it.
And I
Yeah.
guess that makes them perfectly cuddly.
apparently.
Not like they can break your legs with their tail or
It's
anything.
cold as hell, like, oh, shit. I
Have
call
we
him-
not watched enough Steve Irwin? Really? The Crocodile Hunter? Seriously?
That would.
Do we
hey,
need to go
he
watch
got
an
killed
episode
by a
of it?
stingray. He got killed by a stingray. The crocodiles were fine.
That's what I mean,
He
though.
got killed because the stinger was pulled out.
I want to call you Crocky.
Who
Crocky the crocodile.
But yeah, so no, it was good. It was a fun adventure. Brought back half my bedroom. So he was nice. Got to see my mom. She'll be back up actually in August. So woo woo. I get to see her again. This will actually I get to see her 3 times in this year instead of like once a year. So
She'll get to
Not
see
bad.
your pink room.
oh, she's already seen my pink room.
Well, now everyone can see your pink room because you like pink rooms, because you have a pink room.
And the pink room is on the internet. Everyone
Yeah.
knows. There's no more secrets left.
It's still good to see, though, because it's funny. I'm like, she has a pink room.
We're all doing it
I
in our
hate
minds
you
anyways.
guys.
That's why you have us around.
Yeah.
So
How would your
um,
day not be complete without us making fun of your pink room?
it wouldn't be. It would not be.
Yes.
So I actually finished, what was it, like five animes today or yesterday? A lot of the season finales of animes because the summer season is starting actually this week. To answer your question earlier, Sword Art Online 2 is actually coming out July 5th.
Wow.
So-
It's a lot sooner than I thought.
Yeah,
I thought it'd at least be next week.
no. It'll be, well, Saturday. That's
I think
decent.
it's the 5th, right?
Um,
You said the 5th?
What actually? Wish it won.
Oh, it is Saturday.
First.
Sweet.
Yep, it'll
Like
be
a-
out the 5th.
That's also when Space Dandy premieres the 2nd season. Sweet.
A lot of it is actually coming out the first week. So, July 3rd is Glassip, Hamatara, sorry.
Yeah, I thought it was like,
is-
wait, they're making another Hamtaro?
No, Hamatora
That's
is
crazy.
July 7th. And I think that's so far going to be the biggest setback. Sailor Moon's coming out. Woohoo! Who else
yeah,
is
I heard
excited
about
for that? Woohoo!
Oh boy,
my
I'm gonna
God.
go right out and not do anything about that.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, on anime news, the DBZ movie that came out recently is actually going to be hitting theaters in America. That
Oh,
Battle
really?
of the
Battle of
Gods.
the Gods thing?
Yeah, it's actually going to be coming out in a limited release in theaters in America, which is kind of a big deal because there hasn't been a real DBZ movie in like somewhere
A
around 10
while.
years, something like that.
Because they can't say, okay, this is the strongest you can be. They always say, you can always go a step further, although in like Battle of the Gods, it's not even like an individual thing. It's basically Goku turning his body into a spirit bomb, where he gets the energy of all the other people, and then he's able to fight the cat guy.
Everybody, like every Dragon Ball Z film, movie, and mostly series, sometimes, but every DBZ movie has the same plot.
Well, yeah.
The same plot. Bad guy shows up, beats up everybody. Goku shows up, gets beat up. Goku takes everyone's energy.
Pretty much.
How many times can we do that with different colors and sparkles?
Hilarious.
They've found ways. They've gotten this far.
Yeah.
Oh, so also another news for anime. Something that's I don't really like it very much is a lot of these summer releases are being split in half between Crunchyroll and Funimation. So
That's annoying.
yeah. One of the ones that I'm really excited for, and this is going to shock a lot of people, I know for a fact, Tokyo Ghoul, which is actually a new horror anime.
Ooh.
It looks
I didn't know about this.
amazing. A lot of times what they're doing is to promote the anime, they were going into subway systems and posting these like horror like posters of like teeth and like these characters that are like bloodied and everything. So I'm
mean,
like, oh,
right.
just imagine like the lights flicker and like you don't know these posters are there and you turn around and you're like, ah! But that's Japan for you. It's called Tokyo Ghoul, and actually the first episode airs in 21 hours. So
Sweet.
that's actually going to be
Well, I
the
wonder what you're going to be doing then.
I know what I'm
Yeah.
going to be doing.
that's actually the first one that is going to be kicking off. The rest of them, the latest time frame is 5 days. Yeah, so 5 days. And you can actually go on to AnyCharts or anychart.net/summer, and it'll give you the time frames of everything, where everything is going to be, where it's going to air, stuff like that. It's really good. That's where I've been using a lot of my keeping up instead of Crunchyroll, because I was like, oh, so all this summer anime is going to be on Crunchyroll. It's not going to be all on Crunchyroll. Hey, Grim is here, guys. Hi, Grim.
Hi, Grim.
Hello.
Grim, I thought you weren't be able to make it, you liar. Don't be a liar. Grim the liar.
But it's called AnyChart.net, so ANICHART.net. And
Oh,
it
there's
has...
Tokyo. Oh, this is... Oh. Yeah, I'm on, like, Anime News Network, and I see Tokyo Ghoul, and I'm like, yep, that looks like a horror anime.
Yep. It looks really good, actually. So, that'll be one of the things that I check out for
Pretty
Sing the
Guardian
Nobi.
Sailor Moon Crystal.
Yeah, I know. Sailor
Yeah.
Moon. Who's all excited for Sailor Moon? Woo. Woo.
I'm
So-
gonna watch Space. I'll watch Space Dandy. I love that.
That looked hilarious. That's another one on my list, but I haven't seen it yet.
It's just like a comedy Cowboy Bebop, because it's made by the same guy. It's made by
Yeah.
Nabe, and I think some people are saying, oh, the characters aren't very funny. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is if Futurama was an anime. That's really what I feel it is. Because a lot of the humor is very, very smart. Like, there is an episode where one of the characters becomes a zombie, and the end of the episode is basically everyone in the universe becomes a zombie, and you're in this zombie utopia. That's how the episode ends. And you're like, well, they're all apparently happy. They're brain-dead zombies. Okay. It's like it reminds me a lot of Futurama, just because the humor is very smart. It uses a lot of the scientific philosophy kind of stuff, but it's goofy. Second season starts on Saturday, and I'm excited.
So yes, I'll be watching Tokyo Ghoul coming up tomorrow. So, Grim, we have a new host. This is Josh, aka Raetog.
Hi.
And Grim says, "Shut up, post hentai, I can't sleep."
What?
I think that was
he's
directed
talking
at
to
you.
me, and I'm not host hentai. Wait, no, I'm not host hentai, so he's not talking to me. Damn it, David's not
Yes,
here. I
he
can't
is.
blame him.
Can you change Alex's name?
No,
display-
God
host
damn it,
hentai?
don't do that. She already used the frickin' change the name of the frickin' episode so it's a secret hentai obsession, so don't encourage her.
I saw that.
See, and since David's not here, I can't blame him, because anytime something bad happens, I blame him. I'm not a pervert, I'm not.
Not a pervert. This was terrible, Menzel. Oh, I've been awake for far too long. This is gonna be good.
Now that you're sleep deprived, we're going to ensue in the hilarity. Normally at this time, what we do for the next couple, so many shows, is we'll be doing news. And that was cute. Priest was like, "Let's air." Right to my...
That's about right.
She's a special puppy.
She's a special. But we'll be doing news, so Alex has video games. I have
Yeah.
anime. Josh has TV/movies. And then I'm giving Jeremy the off-the-wall, just random geek stuff.
And science.
And science.
And science. Is weird.
We're only gonna multiply.
Creepy. Things I should make comments about science. Ah! It looks
And
like
then-
something else.
I need to put food coloring in this stuff so you can actually see what it does on camera, because it's not going to translate well.
But yeah, so then Carthnell, when he does join us, will get off-topic random stuff. Like, whatever he feels like chiming in on. So that's pretty much what we'll be doing week after week, is kind of doing a little bit more of giving you guys information, like what we did today with the whole summer anime. We'll go into a little bit more about what's going on next week as stuff starts airing and stuff like that.
We
But
do the
for-
news, and we kind of discuss it a little bit because we're running out of questions from the topic hats.
Yeah, the topic hat has died.
That doesn't mean you should stop sending them. You guys have questions, do it.
Just as a note, for some of the stuff I've got planned, I may need to like film it and have Almir like post it in stream and then us discuss it, because like some of that stuff I'm not doing in my house.
Yeah.
Where safety is #1 priority.
Exactly.
Yep.
So while we're on the topic, before we start playing Cards Against Humanity, Jeremy, do you want to tell us what you just did?
Oh, it doesn't really show up on camera well. I should probably wait until another time when you can actually see it. I mean, I can try, but I don't. Okay, yeah. Can you even see that
Yeah,
at all?
actually,
Yeah.
you can see that now.
Okay.
What's that?
Well, this
It
is
says
something called a
Mr.
non-Newtonian fluid. It's called a non-Newtonian fluid. You probably played with it before. It's cornstarch and water. When you try and move it quickly, it just stops. But then, when you're not moving quickly, it goes from being a solid to being a liquid again. And I've got something cool planned for this that hopefully I'll have set up either next week or the week after that. I want to suggest it to my friend that runs a haunted house, because they just bought a 100-year-old funeral home to work on, so that's going to be fun. But the reason it does that is because, and this is a complex scientific term, the Three Stooges effect.
What are you trying to say about us, man?
No, that.
Don't. Let's not start this, because it won't stop.
No, it won't. Basically what happens is the molecules are big enough, they can't slide past each other when you try and push them quickly. So they get stuck in the doorway like the Three Stooges. And so
that's
basically,
real? That's
yes,
really?
I'm not kidding. That's what it's actually
Modern
called.
science are a bunch of freaking troll comedians.
That's right.
Yes, we are. So what happens is when you try and force it quickly, it turns into a solid, but then as soon as you stop, it becomes a liquid. Hold on.
That's incredible.
I took my gloves off earlier, so hold on. Let's see if we can get this going.
Grim says you should put it on a speaker.
That's exactly what I'm going to do. Except I'm going to treat it with tonic water so it glows under black lights too. So, is there anything you would like to tell me before we get started? Okay, here we go.
I'm a very sensitive man.
Anything sounds better in a Russian accent.
Okay, so if I just dip my fingers into it, it just kind of... You see how it goes from solid to a liquid? So if I just pick it up, you can kind of, if my fingers aren't in the way here, or if I get the bowl in the right position. It's mirroring.
There you go.
It's a mirror image. It's a pain in my butt. Okay. So you can see how it becomes a solid when you squeeze it, and then a liquid. People have actually made swimming pools out of this crap.
And they can walk on it.
Yeah.
Right?
You
Yeah,
have
I
to move
saw that.
fast. But yeah, you can literally walk on water. And yeah. So it's just cool stuff, but what I was planning on doing I couldn't get together because Almir gave me this idea like, 10 hours ago, 12 hours ago, and I didn't exactly have a whole lot laying around. But I got a couple ideas I was coming up with for anyway. One, because that haunted house is just like down the road, and they've got some cool stuff they're talking about doing, and I want to try and help with some cool sciencey effects. And two, one of the other coaches at the gym is going to be going to college for chemical engineering, and she made the mistake of asking me, hey, do you have any research ideas?
Oops.
So far, I'm up to 25 pages.
Not surprised.
Well, at least
At
you
all.
provide. At least you provide ideas. Can't argue with that.
So, yeah, hopefully there'll be some cooler stuff, but, you know, I'm not going to, like, do the potassium permanganate and glycerin reaction in my house. That just strikes me as a bad plan.
You'll burn your
Because the
house
ones
down.
we saw on the internet, like, I sent you links that I showed you on the internet the other day. Those are cool and all, but I know how to do one that's a lot more entertaining that involves, like, actual balls of fire shooting up out of the pile. But that's going to require a little bit more preparation.
Blinded them with science.
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 The goggles! They do nothing!
What?
Say about science, you should just like have a guy in a deep voice go, okay. Yeah, you should do that, Bill. Yeah, Bill Nye joke. I'd do that. That'd be funny.
I have a
He
spider.
was off the air.
Where'd you go?
I
What? I don't know what she's doing.
I have a spider.
Where? A spider where?
It's crawling across the back of my wall. Like, I'm
Well, then
sitting
take
here
care
with
of it.
my monitor, and then I'm, like, seeing it crawl across the back of my wall. I'm like,
Is it looking at you?
yes.
Itsy bitsy spider, freaked out the
Hearing
kitty
her because she's
cat.
scared of the creepy crawlings.
I hate spiders, so I'm like, ah.
What they
Ah.
love.
You shouldn't have told that to us because you know what we're gonna do now.
Rubber
Oh,
spider.
heck, I already
Close
know
all
about
over
pictures
the
of
big room.
spiders.
You have a stuffed one on your bookshelf thing, but
It's
the
an
Ghost in the
attached
Shell version.
coma.
Yeah, that's a spider tank thing.
Technically.
Hey,
Remember
Alex,
spiders
in with the tentacles, do you have anything with like 8 legs that we could send to her and freak her out?
I don't have. Wait a second. Hey.
It wouldn't be funny if we didn't all know that you don't actually watch that stuff. If we thought you actually watched it, it wouldn't be funny.
No, I don't watch it. No.
That's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be funny if you actually
Spider
did.
Octopus. Spidoctopus.
That's
Spider
like a James
Octopus.
Bond villain.
It's gonna be versus
Spider-
Megasaurus.
Spider Octopus.
Right,
Sharktopus. Sharktopus, and I know there's that movie with there's Sharktopus
Sharknado?
versus. No, not Sharknado. Sharktopus versus some other like
Mega something.
like
It's
a
like
pterodactyl mixed with some other creepy animal, and that's going to be an actual movie on Sci-Fi, believe it or not.
with Bruce Campbell. That'd be
I
great.
hope, because everything's better with him.
Sorry, I had someone kind of burn out Bruce Campbell for me.
Bruce Campbell says,
Would never stop talking about him.
I have a quantum singularity here. Bruce Campbell was awesome in Megas XLR when he was like the MODOK ripoff character. The little head with legs, little tiny nubby legs.
Bruce Campbell is amazing in everything he does. He's just all he has to do is walk around and troll. Kind of like
That's why I played the first Spider-Man game, just to hear him. He's like, whoa there, Captain Jumpy. You know, that might get you right here, but when you're out in the big bad city, he's such a condescending asshole. But
I love how we keep coming back to spiders. Like we have to keep reminding her that it exists.
Yeah,
because there's
And then it's
someone
crawling across
here
her
who's
wall,
scared of
getting
spiders.
closer,
It's not gonna like
closer,
crawl into your hair while you're asleep
and
or anything.
closer.
Yeah, it'll crawl in
Or
her
like-
hair when she's asleep.
Oh, eggs.
I just want to state for the record, just for the record, I hate you all.
Yes!
Says that.
I have secured my place in this podcast.
Alright, on the team.
Okay, so speaking of securing your place,
She would love pink spiders.
Ah! Probably. I'm gonna find the
That sounds like
biggest,
some kind of BD.
creepiest tarantula. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna hit it
that's
with,
yeah.
like,
You're right.
just hit a tarantula with like neon.
Or something you would
spray
find
paint.
on 4chan.
4chan.
I
We're
love
sorry,
4chan.
Kat. We did not mean to make you uncomfortable with our talk about pink spiders and pink spiders.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so if you guys continue, I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
All right.
What?
Oh.
What?
He's back. He's coming back.
Those manly legs. Uh-oh. I got
Oh
it.
god, I'm trying to find the Sharktopus Terracuda. That's what it is. Terracuda. So it's like
What?
pterodactyl, but also a barracuda fighting Sharktopus. Why are there all these crappy shark movies?
Because
Why
Mega
are you
Shark
not loading?
Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus, Dino Shark, Jurassic
Why is it not
Shark,
loading?
mine is.
Ice Spiders. Okay. That was unintentional, but whatever. All these shitty B movies.
It's because bad B movies involving sharks are hilarious. Well, there was
Like-
one that
yeah.
was like, it was sharks in a grocery store. Like the town got flooded. A town got flooded, and the sharks just came in, and there were these people that were like trapped in a grocery store with like 4 feet of water in it, or something like that, and there were sharks everywhere.
That's hilarious. Because
It's-
I know that James Rolfe, the guy behind the Angry Video Game Nerd, did a countdown of like the 30 best crappy shark B movies. I had no idea how many there were.
all of
Like
them.
we have Super Shark, Swamp Shark, Two-Headed Shark Attack. Well, Ghost Shark is weird just because
Ghost shark.
yeah, Ghost Shark is about this shark that dies and becomes a ghost, so wherever there is water, the shark can appear. It can be
Oh
it can
my
be
god!
like a bathtub, a bucket of
seen it.
water,
I have to see this.
and one of the weirdest parts ever is that this guy who is denying, like, oh, the mayor is saying there's no such thing as a ghost shark. So his assistant goes over to the fucking water cooler, gets a cup of water that's glowing, drinks it, and the shark literally tears his body apart by the side, and the shark just appears. It's so dumb and it's so ridiculous, but it kind of has that Nightmare on Elm Street thing where it can be
I
anything.
must see this movie. I must
Yeah.
see this.
It's a pretty new movie. It's like 2013. I think the idea of having a monster that can appear anywhere like that is an interesting idea. But the fact that it's a ghost shark.
Now
Cards
we just
Against
need a ghost
Humanity
shark
isn't
and-
loading.
Why not? Let me see it. Okay. I am a horrible person.
Mine's not loading.
Loaded for me. You're right there. I see you.
I'm in.
I also see Josh.
It's
Yep.
not loaded on mine at all.
I just have a white screen.
Well, so do I. Do we have to start the game?
I don't have anything.
Because I see you guys.
Did you click on Hangouts Against Humanity?
Yep.
I did.
Clearly, our computers are entirely superior to yours.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, I hope not, because mine's not that good.
I blame it on your Razer stuff.
Yeah,
Is there a
I-
Robo Shark, and is he the law?
So
I swear, if there isn't a movie called Robo Shark, there needs
has to
be
happen.
now.
Look at
Okay,
this
how
all
the
right
heck do
now.
I get to this?
Robo Shark, I'm looking.
We're doing it at the same time.
There it
There's
is.
some amazing pictures right there.
Is that a real movie? I see, like... Oh, yeah. Lay down the law. Yeah. Street Sharks. They should be Street Sharks.
Oh my gosh, my childhood is coming back. Street
Man
Sharks. So bad. When things
There's
are
like
ripping
there's
off-
like an Xbox Live indie game where there are literally Street Sharks.
That's
It's just a
hilarious.
giant muscular gray body with a shark head on top.
So what
That's a-
sets are we using?
I don't know, I can't open
Which-
it.
Whichever.
Quit being bad at computers.
This is a hilarious image I just brought up. There's a shark that got caught by a fisherman, and they use the hook and pull out a smaller shark from the bigger shark, and then someone just photoshopped Exhibit in the right-hand corner. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. That's perfect. Thanks, Tumblr. Jeremy,
Oh, hey.
the card czar.
Cards are.
Is everyone in now?
I can
No.
see stuff.
You're right there, Cat. We can see you.
Did you click start game?
Okay, I have a blank screen.
Well, then reload it.
Then we all
Right.
Did you
explode.
try turning it off and turning it back on again?
Is it
Yeah.
Several
plugged in?
times. Several times. I even gave people epilepsy.
Hmm. I don't know why we could see it, but you can't. Doesn't make sense.
Oh no! I broke it! totally broke stream. Totally broke the stream.